Okay, we're here with another episode of Inside the 48. Today we are here with
Danny Beane,
and we're in, where are we at?
MacArthur, Ohio.
MacArthur, Ohio. Okay. What got you into filmmaking?
Honestly, growing up as a kid, I was a huge fan of Godzilla movies, as you can tell by the shirt. I really loved watching like the behind-the-scenes special effects of those. Back on TLC or the Discovery Channel, they had a TV show. It was called like Movie Making Magic, where they went over like special effects, behind-the-scenes stuff. And I don't know, I just was always fascinated with the movie-making process ever since I was a little kid, 6, 7 years old.
So, who would you say your influences would be?
Again, as a Godzilla fan, Ishiro Honda was the director who probably had the biggest influence on my childhood. However, I'm also a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick, Quentin Tarantino. I love Tarantino's movies. Michael Mann, I'm a huge fan of his movies. Just pretty much action and horror directors. Like, I follow them all.
Big horror fan.
Yeah,
huh?
huge horror fan.
Cool. So, as far as the 48s and everything go, how many 48s have you done?
I have actually done 2 48s. I did one up in Cleveland in 2012.
Okay.
And then I did another one in 2017 in Columbus.
Okay. So, way spread out.
Yes.
So, was it different? Did it vary, rules-wise?
I don't believe there were really any difference rules-wise. Both of them was like the, kickoff, you go up, you pick your, what was it? I think it was, you had to pick a genre, and then you had to have something that showed up in the film, and I forget what the other things were, but it was the same concept for both of them.
Did you do were they the horror ones, or were they the regular summer one?
I think the one in Cleveland, I can't actually remember the genre. I think one was a horror and one was a suspense.
Okay. All right. Well, the Cleveland does the horror one in the fall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this was in the summertime.
Okay.
So this was, I think, July maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So have you won your teams that you've done, have they won any awards or anything? Or
I don't believe either of our films picked up any awards. So, but, there's a lot of submissions, and it's a chaotic process.
have you ever been to the Filmapalooza? Did you ever, I know you didn't win anything, but did you ever go to the final?
No, I've never made it to Filmapalooza.
No, it's a blast.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. Next year I'd like to run my own 48 team, so who knows?
Good.
Yeah.
As far as how you structure your team or the team that you were on, how did they designate time to make the 48? Like, do they have a specific time that they want to have the everything written by and then recorded by and sound and score and stuff? That's what I meant to say.
Well, the first film was basically me and a bunch of friends out of college. And so we didn't really have a plan per se other than, we went back to our friend's place, we started writing, we wrote through the night, and then we started filming, and then, eventually got it all edited. Editing for that film project was a little fun. We went straight down to the wire because we had some editing issues. The second one I did in Columbus was a lot more structured. Okay. So after a kickoff, we went back to the producer's place, Brandy Seymour, and we basically hammered out a rough idea, wrote the script, and then we went back home to get about 2 or 3 hours of sleep, which actually was very productive, because with the 48-hour, you kind of, your initial instinct is you want to rush through everything, but I think taking 2 or 3 hours to sort of refresh yourself after the writing process, that I think is a good idea.
So what would you say are like some definite do's and don'ts with the 48 when making a 48?
Make time to come up with a shot list. Don't try to just, sort of run and gun everything. The first one, the biggest issues we had is we had no idea what we needed to film. And so that's one of the reasons why editing was a huge pain, was because, we didn't have a shot list that we were filming, so we were missing a lot of coverages at the time. The second time, we went through. We had a shot list. It was very organized. So the actual shooting, the only issues we had with shooting was, we were working with work lights, so the lighting didn't really match. But for 48-hour films, if your lighting doesn't match, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Have you ever taken one of your 48s after it was done and then did like a director's cut, made a longer version and kind of spiced it up?
No. I know with Brandy's project, I think basically all we did was, we posted it to YouTube. I don't think we showed it anywhere else. But for that project, I was the DP on. So that was probably my first time DPing for something that wasn't a school project. Because, I think that was about 2 years after I graduated college.
What do you prefer to do in a setting? Do you prefer to be the director? Do you run the camera? Do you like to edit? Like, what is your...
I want to direct more. If I can't direct, I'm really trying hard to get my DP skills up to snuff. But other than that, like, as long as it's behind camera, I can do pretty much anything behind camera except sound.
So do you have your own camera equipment?
Yeah. I have a DSLR, an old beat-up Canon T2i, and then I also have a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera.
Nice. Yeah, I've done a lot of films with Blackmagic.
Yeah.
I really like the look of that.
Oh, yeah. It has this perfect amount of grain to it.
So in your experience with the 248s that you've done, if you could change one thing to make it better, what would you try to change? Always stumps everybody.
Yeah, that always stumps everybody. Like, I think for the kickoff, when you choose the genres, I think it would be nice if you had the option to pull 3, and then you could pick the best one out of the 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people said, like, if you pulled it, like if you won, somebody told me once that if you won last time and then you came up, you would get the option to maybe steal somebody else's that you liked.
Oh, yeah.
that was somebody.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Do you have any up-and-coming projects that you want to speak about, like that's in post or in pre-production?
Well, actually, since we're in MacArthur, Ohio, we just wrapped production on my film, How Not to Hide a Dead Body, and hopefully we handle the editing and post-production soon, over the next month or two, and I'd like to start submitting that to festivals.
Cool. How would we reach out to you or find you or maybe see some of your other films on social media? Do you have like Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube channel? Or...
Yeah, I mean, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's focused more on animal stuff.
Okay.
I have an Instagram, Danny Beane, DANNYBEANE. And then other than that, I have a Facebook group that's not public yet for my production company, B-Rex Productions.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us about 48.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.